The street was blocked off. The horses were running skittish. The cell phone cameras were everywhere.
I can't even see the bear.
And the net was pulled taut.
I've never seen anything like this.
A black bear, way up high, flailing about after having a tranquilizer delivered to his derriere.
They're trying to get it down from the tree.
But that first dose didn't quite do the job, so wildlife officials took aim again and... Meanwhile, down below, the event was attracting the entire neighborhood, including Lori and company.
Well, the girls, Lily, Nellie, and Millie.
3 pygmy goats, territorial pygmy goats, who were none too pleased that a bear was moving in on their turf and were ready to do something about it.
I feel safer with the goats here.
I would too, because they will defend us, definitely.
As he dozed off to La La Land, 7-year-old Annika came up with a name for him.
Boots.
Why would you name him Boots?
Because a lot of boots are black.
Pretty soon, Boots was sleeping just as hard as Annika's little sister. So hard, he dozed off, stuck in the tree.
Fire department's on the way.
And soon enough, there was BAFD, rolling in the big ladder truck and chainsawing a clear path to Boots. But it's one thing to rescue a cat from a tree, let alone a 120-pound bear.
What if he tries to eat them on the way down?
We'll probably just run away.
Finally, after firefighters had cleared the way, it was go time for wildlife officials as they gingerly, delicately, ever so cautiously tried to get Boots out of the tree.
We're talking in hushed tones.
Well, I'm not sure we'd want to wake him up. I don't know.
And then, with one great heave, success. And soon, Boots was back on the ground, groggy but safe. A pretty cool ending to a pretty cool day.
It is pretty cool.
It began just before noon with a call to police of a man out on a bridge.
He was in an agitated state, just continually pacing but not speaking to anybody.
Authorities would spend the next several hours trying to get through to him. As afternoon came, so too did friends and family who recognized him on the news.
I can't see which way his head's looking now.
He's looking this way.
I know. He knows I'm here.
This woman, fighting back tears, pleaded with him from afar to get down.
Basically, my kids grew up with him. He grew up at my house. I'm here. Do you see me? Do you see me?
As for what everyone else saw, the massive fallout from the situation, with a portion of 244 looking like a ghost town for 8 hours.
I don't know how much longer he can be up there.
Crouched down with a perfect view, Hannah Philbeck, who came to see the spectacle.
What is he saying?
He's been screaming about water, and then, because nobody's been giving him any water, and then he was talking about how they were trying to take away his freedom and he would rather die before somebody took away his freedom.
Finally, at 8:15, a safe resolution as the man was grabbed by police when he came close to the edge. Later, strapped to a gurney and taken to an ambulance.
This is another example in the city of Tulsa where we take mental health as a real serious, it's a real serious concern for us. We have some of the best negotiators in the country here, and they worked for 8.5 hours tonight to take the most measured approach and guarantee that we could get him to come to us, we could take him into custody safely, and that we didn't press the issue with him and potentially have a tragedy.
From the outside, the images of Veterans Day are genteel and calm.
I think I'll have a scone.
Of breakfasts and speeches and polite small talk.
I was 3 years World War II.
But on the inside of all those gray-haired soldiers, the images are anything but.
Fury. I'm going to see that. I'm anxious to see it.
For Bob Heatley, the film that features Brad Pitt as a tank commander bears a striking resemblance to his own role during the war.
I was a platoon sergeant of a 5-tank platoon.
It was a job saturated with danger and death, about which the crews kept silent.
We didn't think about it. But I know this, we had 85% casualties in my unit, and about half of that were deaths.
70 years later, he still relives some of those experiences.
If I get to thinking about it, I get kind of uptight a little bit.
But that is a rarity.
One nation, under God.
Because uptight is not a word you associate with Bob.
I'm going to blow it in your ear here now.
When he wasn't announcing mealtime on his trumpet, He was helping a fellow resident get situated.
You need to scoot up a little more. Yes. Yeah, how's that?
Asking our film crew to sit down and eat.
You'll want to have breakfast with us.
And keeping up to date with the latest health trends.
You know, I hear bacon is good for diabetes.
Really?
I read that.
A civilian life a world away from World War. And while those images may still be fresh to Bob, the title of that movie is a quality he made a conscious effort to leave on the battlefield when the war was done.
I made a turn in my life that I was going to try to be friendly and nice to people and put that other behind me. And I think that works.
He ended the event with a moving rendition of Taps. And ended our interview in typical Bob fashion.
You about ready to cut that thing off?
Burt Mummolo.
And unwire me?
Tulsa's Channel 8.
I don't know.